Alexander Ray Baldwin, Alexander Ray Baldwin, Alexander Ray Baldwin, Baldwin, present and future, visible and invisible, for what we want to know. And we want to know what, Tony?
Oh yeah, we want to know. Was the killing accidental? Was the killing a sacrifice? Did the person have any dirt on you that was about to expose you?
And that's why it became an accident.
And that's why it became an accident. Wink, wink.
Are you guilty? How's that? Are you guilty?
Circles.
All right. And for what's hidden and hidden behind darkness, and the God on the stage with answers to our questions. Here we go.
Amen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we love you, Jenny Bear. She's still here, right? No?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Having a tough time connecting with him real quick. Give me a second, guys. Okay, first two coming out of the circle for Alexander Ray Baldwin.
Are we not doing full?
Full.
Oh, full. We're doing full?
Full.
Yeah. All right, first two coming out in the full.
Full.
What up, fool?
First two coming out. Here we go. Interesting. It talks about the burden that's on his back, and it talks about the energy that's involved with that. It says, it talks about in the crossing of that a lover, and then down below it's saying where the sun doesn't shine, the sun isn't going to shine. So I don't know, maybe there was some advances made at some point, I don't know. It talks about at this point there's one obstacle, and then it says, and that's why things were so delayed. It talks about a woman, and then it talks about an angry man, so he's pissed off. It says where things didn't work out exactly the way he planned, and then it says, and he's afraid to lose. Definitely afraid to lose. It says, and God's upside down with him. It says, a relationship, this is the 3 to him. It says, impatient, and then it says, finding himself alone now in whatever situation is in. It says where things seem like they're coming to an end. All right, so let's see where this goes. We're going to go to the first two in the middle here real quick, where it says the burden that's on his back and the energy that's created with that. Let's see what that burden is. What is that burden? And again, was the killing an accident? Was it on purpose? This one I'll just read anyways. Was the killing a sacrifice? Tony always goes down that road. And then it says, and did the person have any dirt? What was the girl's name? We need to throw her out there because we need to be specific here. Because I'm sure
her name is hold on. Helena Hutchins.
Helena Hutchins, right?
That's what she looks like.
Okay. Did Helena Hutchins have some dirt on you, and that's why this became an accident, so to speak? Let's see what the cards have to say. It says, there are things that are returning now to cut off your head. It says, before there was no destruction. It says, and now things just aren't working out the way you planned. It says, at the point right now, not good or bad, he still has the fight to go through. It says, but it seems like all of his avenues are blocked. And so that's interesting.
You think he went a little too far this time?
I mean, I think that he probably did. I think there was a lot of things that he's trying to protect. And of course, you're going to probably go as far as you can or whatever you think you can get away with when you're involved in something. I'm not saying he's involved yet, but the cards are kind of leading me already on a different path. It says the lovers, and it talks about no broken heart. It says with family, so it talks about love and stuff, and it talks about family and family upside down. It says strong man, like, powerful in his own way, in other words, able to influence things in a different manner, and he knows that. And where he felt, I think, that he was untouchable, so to speak. It says, but that attitude is what kind of turns his world upside down. It says, and now he's going to be leaving, going away. When we say going away, we say what? What does that mean?
That he's going to do some time.
He's going to do some time. It says the sun doesn't shine, and it talks about his affairs, his money, his house upside down. Talks about, there's my card kind of explaining things, and it says these are the things that he left incomplete. Like, didn't really think it through. I think I remember part of the story where he was saying that he didn't pull the trigger, and the gun just went off. And they tested those guns over and over again, and there's no way they just go off. So for the lever just to go is bullshit. It says, and he kind of made a fool out of himself with that. So that's what kind of led him to it. It says there was no triumph with what his story was. It says what's delayed. What's delayed. That's what I did. Is like what's delayed here. What's delayed here is the fact that he wanted the problem to go away. Like he's thinking, like, this is all going to go away. We're going to be fine. We're going to get away with this. It says, but this her spirit, this woman, continues to kind of haunt him. Like this is something that's sticking around. It's not going away. It says, and there's not going to be any change with that. It says, unhappy with the way things are turning out. It says, but that's his past. This is part of his past now. This is something he's got to pay for. It says a woman with a lot of money. So this is interesting. A woman with a lot of money. It says wanted to turn around a man around who had a lot of money. In other words, you asked me, did she have something on him? She did. There was info she had on him. Mm-hmm. It says, and he couldn't allow for there to be an opportunity for that to get out, is what it's saying. It says, and it was the right place. I mean, the whole setup was perfect, right? What better way? I mean, look when Bruce Lee's son was killed.
Oh, that was messed up.
Yeah, the Crow. He was killed in the Crow. And it was also a prop gun, right?
On the final shot, the final scene.
Why would there ever be any live ammunition in any of those places? Right?
Yep.
Why would that even happen? It says, three women, three things that would be known, or three things that were there. It says, and the will to do whatever he wanted. In other words, he's going to do whatever he wanted. He always did what he wanted.
He's a Baldwin.
He got away with what he wanted. And this time, it's going to affect him. It says, and now he's angry. It says, an angry man, and it says, rest assured to be sure of this, guys, that nothing's going to magically save him here. It says there are lots of opportunities. There's always lots of opportunities for him when it comes to romance and love and other things. It says, and that's his biggest thing, is always making money. It says, but this was a woman who didn't deserve what she got. So it talks about her. It says, at this point, things haven't worked out. It says, and things have definitely been left incomplete. It says there's nothing good that's going to come out of this. There's no love there. Like there's no true compassion. And when I seen him, you would think after killing someone by accident that they would be completely distraught. Mm-hmm. Did you see that from him? I didn't see that. Not even in his interviews, I didn't see that. I kind of felt like this is bullshitting. Like I tell people, when I'm harping on something, it's because it's about to happen. You know what I mean? It says, her spirit is like her ghost is haunting him. It says, and that's something that's very dark. There's a dark moments there now that he's feeling like, wow, this is bad. But like anything, he's responsible for being the production person, and he's going to take the fall. They couldn't probably get him completely, but they're going to get him with what they can, and that's why they're trying to charge him with manslaughter. It does say that. He took a risk, and it says, and he figured the choice he made would work out for the best. Like, it would be okay. It says, he has money, he has things, he can be able to buy influence. It says, but there was something that was hidden. It says, the angry woman. So no matter what, she kind of wins, even though maybe what she had on him didn't get to come out, or maybe someone will bring it out eventually or something. But in the end, she still wins because now he's going to go to jail no matter what at this point.
I want to know what it was.
I want to know too. I think it had to do with
having some
small people.
Yeah, see, right there with you.
It had to do with small people, with people who were younger, and I think that was a big thing. And maybe he wasn't the exact one-on-one contact kind of person, but involved in part of the money making part of it. Yeah, circle, and that whole genre of stuff. It says that was the road he chose. And so that's the road that's led him to where he's at. It says that God is upside down. It says, and this is what's bringing him to his knees. It says he doesn't truly recognize like the error of his way. It says, and it's always been like that for him. Even when he had his parents and stuff. These were kids that got kind of what they wanted. It says, so now this is bringing on Great Depression to him. It says, from this unfortunate thing that happened. It says, his relationships, he's gotten impatient with some of his relationships because now he feels like he's alone. And of course, when things start to go downhill from you, people start to kind of move away from you real quick. And that's when you figure out who the people really care about you and who don't, because they don't want to be involved in everything that's going on in your life. Even though, they don't know if he's guilty or not. But of course, my own personal thoughts, without what's in the cards, I think he is responsible. And that's just me. That's what I see. It says, so now he has to defend, and he has to be able to become, his attorney has to be masterful at whatever's going to happen here, so that he can have a new beginning in his life. It says, and he doesn't end up, dying or something happening to him. It says no death. So does that mean accidental? Then he wouldn't be so discontent. In other words, it's kind of saying like, didn't mean to kill her, but I did. That's what I get out of it. You know what I mean? Didn't mean to do it, but I had to. I kind of had to. Because if not, either way I was going to lose. It's kind of what it's saying. He was burned regardless. So he says, so I had to bring things to an end.
Dang.
He said himself that he feels no guilt over the demise of her.
See?
Even though he was the proximate cause of her demise.
See? Because she would have unraveled this whole world. She would have destroyed... Dude, there's a lot of money to be made in the processing of the things that they do when it comes to trafficking and people who are younger and stuff like that. There's a ton of money to be made there. I'm not saying that's a business anybody should go into, but if you're highly vested in something, you're gaining the profits from all the transactions that are happening. It says, so he had to bring things to an end. It says, but there's no triumph here. It's not going to win here. It says he feels, like he said, Machado said, he doesn't feel like there's any karma for him. He doesn't believe in that. He doesn't believe that he's guilty for anything. He doesn't believe that anything's going to happen to him.
Yeah,
it says
that's a sick mind, dude.
Well, I don't know if it's sick. I think it's just the way he's always been raised. Like, here's a good-looking guy in his younger years who, is a movie star.
He comes from a stable middle-class family. Mm-hmm. He has never served in the military. He's been famous since he became an actor in his 20s.
So here's a guy who's always got everything he's wanted. And when you become an actor in your 20s, you're getting tail left and right. So that's another big, fist pump for him, I guess.
So does he think his money is going to...
His money's not going to be able to do anything now. Because people have to isolate themselves from the situation. He kind of took matters into his own hands. It says, and there's a woman there. Is he married?
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah, it talks about her. And it says, knowing that he's upside down. I don't know if she knows everything about it. She just knows that, he's not good right now. It says, but they're going to fight.
She's saying to the press, my husband is suffering from PTSD right now. It's something that
she has no idea.
Time out. So how do you suffer from PTSD if you have no remorse or you don't have any regret? Right. So that's a game. That just contradicts itself.
So this is what she says after that. It's something that is not just from what happened recently, but he's been suffering from this for a very long time.
Probably guilt.
From what?
Probably guilt. Probably guilt from what he's involved in. I mean, think about it, guys. It says...
he's actually hella lying.
Yeah, he definitely had entitlement. He had entitlement. There's no doubt.
He's also a dick. Did you not?
Okay, Michelle, can I finish the reading? Thank you. All right, so... Fuck, man. Okay, we need some info, but, don't take it. Here we go.
Sorry, yeah.
Michelle's going off. It says... this was about... tempted to, rectify things, to fix things. It says, but there's no justice here. There's no justice. He says, it'll be a hardship. But he kind of knows that even in the hardship, what's the max he can serve? It's 2 years, 3 years? He probably won't even get that.
For man too?
For manslaughter too? Yeah, he probably not going to even get that. He'll probably go in, maybe do 9 months a year. He'll get 16 with half. He'll work a deal. Mm-hmm. He'll get 9 months, and he'll be out, and everything will go back to normal. And he'll be even more famous than he was before, because now he's making to make movies again, and he can produce. He's got a ton of money,
and there's no dirt out there for it.
Right. It says, yeah, he'll go back to making money and pops up. It says, and even he's thinking about, here's something that's crazy, which is very telling, I think. He's thinking about not doing the whole kid thing no more, or being involved with whatever that he was involved with. He's thinking,
God help him. I hope so.
Well, yeah, because he's thinking about maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. It says, in returning to being a better person, being loved.
Wake up call?
It says, wake up call. Maybe wake up call, but it says, but there's still a lot of lies and deceit that nobody sees. And so I think that's with all famous people. There's a lot of things that they hide and deceive, and it's a vicious game. But there you go. There's Alec Baldwin. So what I get out of this is, I don't think it was a sacrifice. I think it was more for his benefit, like everything else in his life has probably been. I think he knew that this person had some stuff on him, and that was going to be an issue. The fact that she was working on the movie with him, I think is really weird, though. Mm-hmm. Maybe, don't you think? Like, if you knew someone had shit on you, that you don't want to invite him, to eat at your table.
What if she found something in the midst of the filming, though? Maybe she found something in the midst of the filming. Yeah, maybe. And maybe she was threatening to expose him. I don't know. They said there was a documentary coming out. Do you remember that? Look that up, Michelle.
False.
That was false?
Looked it up. Yep.
I don't believe that.
It said fact checked on USA Today, and then there was other ones too as well. This is a false claim. The website that claimed that was like a joke.
But that's money. That's money and power. You can make things go with money and power. Mm-hmm. You know what's funny? You know where I learned that at? When if you ever watch the Kardashians, you'd see Kris Jenner, or she'd come up and say, "Oh, we need to stop this." So immediately she could either push publicity or stop publicity on certain things and freeze time. We just found this out with the Sun, right? That they were holding off the media.
The French media.
Yeah, they're holding off the French media because there's a lot of power and money there. And so, people can just be bought, hey, you need to shut up, or we'll give you a live exclusive with this, or give you that. There's so many wheelings and dealings, so I don't believe that. I think she did have stuff on him. I don't think nobody in their right mind points a gun at anyone else. Mm-hmm. Nobody. Mm-hmm. Whether it's real or fake, I've known that since I was a kid. My parents would say, you don't ever point, whether it's real or fake, you never point a gun at anyone. So, he didn't learn that? He didn't know that? Like, come on. It's just not right.
Especially there's any pop-up.
Not only that, to point the gun and pull the trigger,